Good morning and or afternoon, depending on where you're located. Welcome to the Mrs. Best Reviews channel. I am Mrs. Best. I will be off camera because I am on the clock at work. But we also have our co-host here from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel, James. Good
Hey,
morning.
good morning.
Oh, yeah, y'all. See the link in the description of this video. I do have links to James's channel as well as others creators' channels. Please check everybody out. Everybody's working hard on YouTube for free. And we want to change that free part so that people are working hard and getting something. Anything.
Absolutely. Anything. All this, any small bit of change is great for all of us. So y'all, please do your due diligence and just hit that subscribe button. Get our subscriber count up. Watch the video from start to finish. Like the video. Comment with us. Let them know that you're not just here passing on time, but you actually are engaging with us, so they can find it to put us in that algorithm.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Y'all, next week is Christmas. It's in the middle of the week. Christmas Eve is Wednesday, Christmas Day is Thursday. I guess that impacts our channel just because I don't know if Salt Lake City is going to air on Tuesday as it normally does. If it does air on Tuesday, I don't know if James is going to go live on Christmas Eve. And then in addition to that, Beverly Hills usually airs on Thursdays, but next Thursday is Christmas. I don't feel like they're going to air. I feel like they'll probably go away and come back um, after New Year's, just because New Year's and Christmas fall on the same day. As for Salt Lake City, I don't know what the hell is happening. As for Love and Marriage Huntsville, I don't know what the hell is happening. So really, actually saying this out loud is really just your channel that's impacted.
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't know who's airing, who's not. I don't know if I'll be available or if not. Um, it's a waiting game. It's a waiting game to see what happens. Um, so yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. They should be announcing everything though this week, knowing cable, so I'll just be on the lookout. But if it's Christmas, neither of us will be here. If it's Christmas Eve and past 1 o'clock, I won't be here. Actually, a family in town from New Orleans, so I guess I have to acknowledge the people. But let's get into the episode of 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. This was the episode, season 8, episode 2, as you see on the screen. Fasten your seatbelts. Um, Y'all, these people got on my nerves. Every single couple got on my nerves. We are going to start with Rick and Trish for today. Rick is going to be going to Madagascar to see Trisha, who we call Trish, for the first time. And he's got to take a 30-hour flight. And I respect it. I respect it. That is my greatest fear. I have to take a 30-hour flight to get to Bali next year. And you see those numbers and you're just like, So I respect anybody who's doing it. You have to really be committed to who you're going to or the place you're going if you sit for 30 hours. That is crazy. However, we get to meet and get to know more about Trisha. So she is a midwife in Madagascar. She's from a tribe. She called them an aggressive tribe, which is a common way to describe sometimes tribes in Africa. It doesn't mean they just going and tearing up everybody and everything. But it was sweet. You could tell she likes babies. She works around babies. She says that part of the beliefs of her tribes are that every woman should have a child, that a lot of Africa is that way. So that did not surprise me. And I'd also like to implore people, because we are going to be discussing different cultures throughout the remainder of this show, let's not be ignorant, stupid Americans for the Americans watching. There are other places and other cultures that do things differently from what we are used to. That does not make them wrong. That does not make them awkward. That does not make them anything negative. It just makes them different from what you're used to. So I am going to be acknowledging certain things that these cultures acknowledge, not just Trisha's. And I just want everyone to like be aware of that. It's not about us. We're not on the show. Our culture is not on the show. It's about the people on the show. So I just felt the need to throw that out there because I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes y'all be leaving me some concerning comments. But Trish, her tribe believes that every woman should have a baby. She works as a midwife. We see her doing ultrasounds and things like that for people. I didn't mind Trisha. You could tell she's like down the earth. I am curious of why she disappeared for 5 days, because I don't believe the reason that she gave Rick was the actual reason. But Rick does eventually come, but before he comes, we learn. I guess I called it a red flag. I don't know if James will view it this way, but Trisha, the city she lives in now, is a city that's more domesticated, if that makes sense. Like it's there's a bigger foundation of city life, and Africa is like that. So it did not surprise me. She moved to the city she's in now, which is the capital city of Madagascar, because of an ex-boyfriend who she was with for 3 years. They broke up because he kept cheating on her, but she ended up staying in the city. Sounds like she didn't want to go back to her tribe. Uh, the reason I kind of viewed it as a red flag, so I was like, you kind of skirted over that real quick. Like you skirted over that real quick. How long have you been broken up? Where is he today? Like, I just felt like she could have told us more. Did you feel the same, James?
Yes, I was waiting for you to get to that part because I was like, it's giving you still live with that man.
Yes.
Like, it's giving you still live with that man because talking about, oh, he doesn't like cold water, he doesn't like all of this, that's why he doesn't want to come to my place. It was like, that's anybody. Like,
Here's the thing. You live in an area where it could be either way. Some people have running hot water, some people don't. So I understand that part. But I don't think that's the reason why, and we'll get to that now. She shows herself checking into a hotel that Rick got. She says that she offered him to stay at her home and be hospitable, but he declined because he needs hot water and AC. That man sat on a 30-hour flight, and he said the last half and leg of his flight, there was no AC really. And he looked fine. So I'm looking at her and I'm like, okay, I can understand him wanting certain things, but I think most people, when they could travel to a country that may not have some of the things that they have back home. For instance, I just came back from Mexico. The Wi-Fi did not work the way the Wi-Fi work here. I'm not going to complain, leave a bad review because of it. It's just a different ability. Like it is what it is. So I was looking at her kind of like, okay, I guess if y'all say that. But the two of them do meet up. Everything goes well. She came up out her shoes barefoot in the airport to embrace him and give love. But they're sitting in traffic. And for everybody who thinks LA traffic, New York traffic, Atlanta traffic is bad, you guys are nothing compared to the traffic in other places in the world. And that is a
mhm.
fact. However, he's complaining and she's kind of calm. And she makes a comment to Rick. She's like, yeah, that's why I be telling you. Sometimes it takes me 2 hours just to get home when I'm off of work. The traffic is so bad here all the time. And Rick goes, oh, I thought you were exaggerating. I didn't really believe your words of what you were saying. And I'm like, wait a minute, did this Negro just say that something as small as traffic you thought that she was lying about? Now, if I'm dating anybody, you don't even have to be from a different country. If I am single and dating someone, for instance, let's just use Atlanta because we have friends there. If I'm
Right.
dating somebody in Atlanta and I live in California, here in Oakland, California, and they're like, oh, babe, sorry I couldn't talk to you. My phone was dying. I was stuck in traffic for 2 hours. I just did not feel like it afterward. I'm going to take their word for it in that moment. And I'm going to hop my narrow ass on Google and be researching every traffic statistic that there is because it's a thing. It's a freaking thing. Would you not Google traffic in Madagascar? Driving in Madagascar? Would you not think to look that up? So all this time, Rick, you just thought she was exaggerating, but didn't care enough to look it up. You just cared to accuse her. So I'm kind of looking at him like it's a side eye. And then she's responding to Rick. Trisha's like, you often don't believe the things I say. Like she's saying like almost every little thing that she says he don't believe. And now he tries to flip it and it's like, well, now I see that you were telling the truth and I see the prize that I have. And I'm like, huh? But then I got it. They got to the hotel room and she slipped into her lingerie. And I said, oh, y'all just probably gonna bump private parts for a little bit. I don't see them working out. I don't. Good morning, Shani. Happy Monday. I'm so tired, y'all. It's foggy. I'm over it. But that's all that happened with them really through the episode. I don't feel like there's a lot with this couple, James. How do you feel about them? I feel like it's sex and like almost teenagery, like how The
I
sophomore.
think all of his relationships are like this, where
Well,
it's just sex and very teenagery. Hence why he has kids that are so far apart in age. So yeah, I do think that there's a lot of like, it's like almost like he's getting sex for the first time atmosphere. And I often question men like this as well. So, men who always have sex with a lot of women, and men who always embrace women like it's the first time they're actually encountering women when it's not, especially when they're middle aged. I always question, like, what are you really running from, sir?
mm,
Because there's something always questionable about men who do this.
yeah, he's weird. He's very, very weird as a whole. I just want to know his secret because he still got something he got to tell her about some stuff that he did during the 5 days that she wasn't speaking to him. And so I'm like, you fixing so hard to get an answer from her because you need to know if what you did was worth it. You not slick, Rick. You are not slick at all. And yes, James is correct. I have school. I'm in finals. I have school. I also have to shop for Christmas. Because according to my dad, Amina is cooking and she's not just making one dish, she's making several dishes. Okay, family. Shit. And that was
Right.
in the group text. So I guess Amina is making several dishes. And then my husband's excited like a fool. Oh, I just love when the Southern people come. I'm gonna be eating, baby girl. That he don't even care. He don't even care. He don't even care. He said he worked for Tesla, my husband, for many years. For those who do not know, and they work every Christmas, every New Year's. He was a supervisor, so he had to be there. So he's happy because the jobs he's been getting in the last couple of years, he is off on Christmas, and there's food. He doesn't help. He doesn't wash things. He doesn't cook anything. But yeah. Anywho, today we have very busy days. Our schedules
Yes.
are, yeah, they're nasty. So
Yeah.
thank
I
you,
know.
James, for being here early. I appreciate it. I Josiah thinks Shanny's his friend. He thinks she's his friend. He said to me the other day, Shanny, while on the live, because he came home, he was like, my good Gemini sis in there. I said, oh no, not he liked that she calls him Brother Joe. I said, you think these are your friends? Lord
Right.
help him. He think y'all his friends. I said, oh Lord, he's always lurking somewhere in the chat. This is what he does. Not helping by eating all the food. You better learn how to play spades. We're gonna let people
Shameful.
get them.
I try to tell Gio that. I tried to tell him that if y'all go be in these families, y'all got to know how to play spades, and then you got to know how to play spades well enough to get to the final table. What
Or
the hell?
dominoes. Spades
Or
or
that too.
dominoes.
Or that too.
And you
Yeah.
have to know Uno. There's no excuse to not know Uno. There's no excuse. I won't accept it. She said, just let you know everything is all good by eating it off.
I'm not cooking this year, so I have a cousin flying in from Reno who's doing that. So I'm
Ain't
off
you
the plate,
lucky?
right?
Ain't you lucky? Lord, happy holidays to everybody, by the way. Christmas is around the corner. I know this is the season of inflation, but it's really not about the gifts. It should be about getting together and the day off. So let's celebrate that. Um, but James, these people irritate me. Did you want to add anything to
No,
the?
I actually don't want to add anything. I want to get to the other couples because they were more interesting.
That's actually true. We didn't get too much from Rick and Sheena. I have a feeling after the sex gets out the way and the secrets come out, they'll give us a show. But until then, I don't think we get much. Forrest and Sheena, Rick and Trish. Sorry, Forrest and Sheena are next. So they dancing around the living room, which I respect. I respect. Here's the thing: whatever you have to do to lose weight, do it. Just as long as it's healthy. If you got to dance, it's a great way to lose weight. Dance. It's also fun. You're low stress. You lose more weight when you're not stressed. Do what you got to do. I was happy to see that they've seen each other on video, though. I don't know why I have felt like she's been watching him, but not the other way around. So I was happy to see them doing little activities and whatnot together. However, they finish their little dance routine, they get to talking, and you know, he is on the spectrum. He also has ADHD, and you could tell that his mom sheltered him and he doesn't live a lot because you could he almost has this like, I'm going to be a man about this and rescue her attitude, like as if he's in like a Disney fairy tale or something. And I want to shake him like, no, this is real. You can't move this way, young man. You can't. So he tells Sheena that he's nervous to meet her family, and the reason he's nervous and feels like her family is being shady is because since she has been with him, he says that she's become more independent away from the family. Now, Filipino people in their culture, they are very close to their families. They will live in the same home as the family. When parents get old, they believe in the children taking care of them. Why do I know that? No, I'm not Filipino. I live in the Bay Area. My best friend is Filipino. Shout out to you, Nevin. I grew up around Filipinos. James did. We have a huge population of people of that culture here in the Bay Area. One of the biggest, actually, in the U.S. For those who don't know.
Mhm.
And then people could cook. God damn it,
Yes.
they could
Oh
cook.
my gosh. When I tell you that's probably one of like the top 10 things I miss about being at home is going
Ooh,
over your Filipino friend house and eating all of the good food.
pancit. I just want the
I'm
food.
more into the adobo, and if you had I remember going over to Basil Mama house and she had the oysters on the grill. Girl, I was done. I didn't even like oysters.
Amazing food, super kind people. I have really just many good things to say about that culture. However, it don't look like Forrest or his mama Molly do. Um, so we get to the departure day, and Forrest is upset, and he says that he's so upset with Sheena that it's a break upable, he called it, offense. And what he's upset about is that Sheena has lied again about money. So Sheena and Rick have had this ongoing issue that's led to his mom suspecting Sheena to be shady because Sheena's supposed to be saving money, having her own account, but she keeps giving money to her family, which is common of people in that culture, and not just that culture, but people who have family in other countries. They will be sending money home or taking care of, helping the family. It's just how they do things. But Forrest is bothered by this, and I'm kind of curious as to why he's bothered. Like, is Sheena complaining about having to give this money, or is Forrest only bothered and annoyed by this because it's slowing down the process of her coming to America? Because
Mm,
I haven't heard her, and we're going to get introduced to her soon, but she did not complain about her parents or having to give them money. When we meet Sheena, she explained it as, I support my family, which is common in that culture. So
right.
I'm kind of curious, like, of what's really going on. But she was supposed to have a couple thousand saved, 4,000 for her K1 visa, which is the visa that you get for 90 days. That is 90-day fiance. Basically, you have to be married in 90 days, or the visa expires and you got to get the hell out. So that is the issue. He believes that she's just giving money to the parents because they threatened to throw her out of the house and all of these things. And he's also worried about his mom, Molly, because Molly's already on to Sheena and her family and feels like they are some scammers. So my thing is, listen, I know Sheena's of a different culture, y'all, and I may be reaching here, but baby, until you're married, she ain't lying to you about shit. She's not. You're not married. You're not even engaged. How is she lying about her money in another country where the US dollar is worth so much more than that dollar? So shouldn't you be helping her to save for that visa? Come on now.
They got the game twisted.
They got the game entirely twisted. When I was in Mexico, they said 20 pesos, it is one American dollar, just one. 20 of theirs is one of ours. I said, oh, so if I'm dating somebody in another country and I have USD and they have something that has less of a value than USD, then I should be the one helping. But oh, okay, Forrest, I guess. Now, Forrest's mom is something else.
Mhm.
Molly tries to explain that Sheena could be lying while on the way to the airport because he's going to be going to the Philippines with his family. I don't think you should travel that far alone, especially meeting someone for the first time. But I don't feel like his parents should have been the ones to go, especially with how that mom is. He could have brought his stepdad and left Molly the fuck at home. That's how I feel, and that's what I would have done. Because the stepdad would have went along with him, probably would have warned him of some stuff bluntly and quickly. It would have done the most. But we do get to meet Sheena. Before we meet Sheena, though, I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I'm already side eyeing this mom and feel like CPS need to do a backlog report. Why are
Oh,
you talking about joining the Mile High Club with your husband who looked like he himself may have a disability? Why are you discussing joining the Mile High Club in front of your child? Why did you take your child to the sex shop when he turned 18? Why did you
so
take him
many,
to buy lingerie for a lady that you don't like?
so many questions.
It,
So many questions.
is
Because
this something
I
that colorless people do? This
Right.
is
I have
not
so many questions because this is not normal. And I said this last week. This is not normal for her to be this invested in her son's sex life. That's not a normal thing. Y'all, please understand, regardless of what his mental, physical instabilities are, that's not normal for any parent to do. She is so inappropriate and it's very disturbing.
I, it I'm just gonna move on from this lady. I cannot. I cannot. I just cannot. Let me catch the comments.
Oh,
Gio,
he
go.
know better. You ain't even got to finish that. He know better. He know. Trust me. Gio the type he know sugar from salt. Like I'm telling you, he when I tell you
He
that,
wants to
yeah.
stay away from the table. I think he knows to stay away from the table. It's not
No,
hard
he'll
to
he'll play. No, he'll play. He played last week when we were at my mom's. He'll play. And
oh,
I actually caught my grandmother reneging, but that's a different story.
she can. She's lived long enough.
No, she can't.
Yes, she can.
No, she can't.
I'm saying she can.
She didn't that night.
Well, she can if she decides to another night. I'm gonna always be on the side of my OGs. That's why it's good I ain't been around the family. They're gonna be like, wait,
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
No,
well, okay, for real. She gonna have to exit stage left. I'm like, no, she not, because that's my best friend. She gonna stay right here. She just gonna have to close her eyes on the next game.
listen, I'm that friend that always ends up getting adopted by somebody's family. I don't understand it. I don't. It always happens. I don't understand it.
Mhm.
I be avoiding families now because I can't. I can only go to so many houses for plates. I'm just. And Arizona's far. Can you imagine? That's a flight for a plate.
Okay.
I might have to make it. Um, Hi Rose, happy Monday. I'm so annoyed today. I'm not happy it's Monday. And yes, this lady is not normal. She's sick in the head. Something wrong with her. And the way he had to shuffle his parents through the airport, you would never know this young man is on the spectrum. You would never know. He should have left them at home.
He
He
should
should
have.
have left them. I
He was
mean,
like you ain't got no friends for us. Like you ain't got nobody that has some common fucking sense
he
that would
could have
have
went by
helped you.
himself. Shit like that irritates me. Now I love to shop too, but don't be stopping at every single place we see, touching shit, going the wrong direction. But she want to take him to the sex shop. Don't even know how to get through the airport without getting overstimulated. I cannot. I don't even. It's funny. The only time I end up playing spades at the table is if I'm left there, like if someone has to use the restroom or something. And I've not ever made a mistake, but the pressure with black people that I feel at that table is a problem. Now, if it comes to dominoes, I'm confident and I could take even the coldest player out. But spades, I'd be having to think. I don't like
I
that.
never not. I lost bad on Thanksgiving, and I was like, "Oh my god, I cannot believe I lost that much." Like I never lose, so to lose on Thanksgiving of all days was crazy. But yeah, I called my grandmother. I called her, and she argued me tooth and nail. We turned them cards over, and I said, "See, there it is." And my grandfather was so mad. Grandfather
Oh,
was so mad. And what's crazy is they made their books. They did, even with me taking 3 of them books. They still made it. So I mean, yeah.
damn. Hold on, I lost my spot. Oh Lord. Oh, see, I got distracted, y'all. Happy holidays. We meet Sheena in the Philippines. She is a licensed veterinarian. I'm curious if she can transfer her license to the States. I
Me
know
too.
that they don't accept every license or cert from other countries. I hope that she's able to because she would make a lot of money here. a lot. But she's a veterinarian. She exposes Forrest's mom Molly for sending her some shady texts. Forrest was like, "There's no way I want you guys to stay together. You lied about fucking money, bitch." Like his mom pretty much cussed that lady out via text messages while she's smiling in the airport, la 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 la, not telling her son that she done cussed this lady out from the more ways than she need to. So I'm kind of laughing, but how did you feel about Forrest and the visit, and all the craziness?
Um, she has a lot of self-respect for her elders as she's raised in a culture where they do so. Because had it been me seeing this lady, I would have brought out my phone and said, "So what about these text messages?" I wouldn't even care to see him at this point. I want the lady who disrespected me over something I just told that was supposed to be between me and your son. Why are you involved? And see, and there was a time I remember. I know we ain't got to the Phoenix girl yet, but yeah, I dated somebody from here before Geo, and I'll never forget that he had cerebral palsy, so he couldn't drive. And I remember he saying, "My mom wants to meet you," and I said, "Mind you, this guy's 40 years old," and I said, "How involved is your mother?" She goes, "After the third day, she'll be fine," and I said, "No, thank you.
Mm.
I don't have time. I don't have time, y'all." I usually like to give people chances. I do. I'm somebody, I will date somebody with a disability. I will date somebody who is deaf. I will date anybody. I do draw the line at parents. I do draw the line at parents. Unfortunately, if your parent is too involved, I will let you go.
I mean, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Once you get to a certain age, you date the person. I'm not dating your friends. I'm not dating your mama. I'm not dating your cousins. I'm not dating your sister. I'm just not. Honestly, every friend I have that has someone they date, like I have a friend, a mutual friend of mine and James, that has every man that she dates around her parents, her kids, her cousins, like the whole family. And it never worked with any of them. They all gone. And it's not because anything really wrong with this person, but that's a lot for people, and you never know how family feels. So that's a word. That is a word. Shanny said, "James, that sounds like something my son would do. He don't care if you his grandma or his granddaughter. He gonna scream at you, and he will not let you win." He said, "You will not win, Lord." Oh Lord, y'all. We're gonna move on to the next couple, Aviva and Stig, the artist, whatever the hell his name is. So I don't know how big of an artist he is. He has 4,300 followers on Spotify and YouTube. So I don't know. Maybe they're listening to music a different way in Belize. But this young lady is 26 years old. She's from Phoenix, Arizona, where James is streaming to us from. She's dating Sig, who is an artist that is known in Belize. We see him performing. Belize, beautiful place. I intend to get there. I don't know when, but I intend to go. But she met this gentleman when she was visiting an aunt that she had that lived in Belize at the time. We then get to meet this aunt who speaks just like Meredith Marks from Salt Lake City, which was odd. But we get to meet this aunt, and we learn that her aunt was married to a man in Belize, and she learned that her husband was cheating on her with another woman when he was arrested on the local news with another woman. So she's now in the process of getting a divorce, and it seems like she's now distrusting of men and people from Belize, which I believe a clear woman from Arizona would do after having a bad experience with someone not so clear. But she's back in Arizona. She's trying to convince her niece to not be with Stig. So the auntie then follows up by dropping tea about Aviva's new man. Listen, Aviva was introduced as the person in the relationship, but her aunt stole the show because her aunt's the person who gave us the tea. We got the auntie's background. The aunt could have been a cast member just as much as Aviva, but she spills the tea that someone sent to her in the DMs evidence that Stig left one of his concerts with another woman. And the aunt also reveals to Aviva that she will be in Belize at the same time as Aviva, tying up some loose ends. And she wants to get the real story and figure out what's really going on with Stig. So we don't get much from Aviva. We pretty much just see her prepping to go to Belize. She does tell us that she's worried for her aunt being in Belize at the same time. And she also says that recently she does have concerns because Stig has been hard to read when it comes to topics relating to their future together as a couple. I'm on the auntie side. That's all I have to say. How you feel about these people?
Absolutely. I'm on the auntie side with her misappropriated ponytail that she had in her head, and also that little and them cornrows in that other picture. I am on the auntie side because it's aunties like this who get in
Yep.
that same bullshit to try to warn you, hey, I'm when I was in that same shit, motherfucker cheated on me, girl. You better these are warning signs. Y'all have to understand something. And this is what happens a lot of the time in women in this particular city. And I could speak to this because I've lived here for so many years. Women will have every warning sign, every Yelp review, every Kendra on Jock, and they still will go out there and do that shit. Like Belize, men are worshipped in Phoenix like you would not believe. So it did not surprise me that Aviva was that stupid. It did not surprise me that she still, even with all of these ifs that she has on her own person, not from what the aunt gave her, but from her own experience, still say, yes, let me go out there and do this. Yeah. She was every bit of Phoenix representation of blonde women like her. Absolutely. That's the exact representation.
I just
So when
want to
I
say too, be careful. Like, I'm not trying to say, so obviously racial preference is a thing with dating for a lot of people, but I think when it comes to dating people outside of this country, you got to be a little bit more careful because the men in Belize don't like generally women that look like Aviva or her auntie, if y'all get what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
Somebody
Especially
that
when they
look
find
like
out.
me or James, they gonna go for, is what
Well,
I'm
here's the
trying to say.
thing. The only time they would date that is because they think you have money
Yes, that's
and they think you
literally,
have access. Mhm.
and so it's, I think the auntie figured that out, but is respectful enough to understand not to say that. So good for her. But Aviva gives me, honestly, yeah, like women that end up in Phoenix.
No, she's from Phoenix. This is how. No, so when I always talk about women from Phoenix, this is what I'm talking about. This is
No,
what I'm
I
talking about.
said in who end up there because I know some people from the Bay Area who moved there who move like this with men.
Oh yeah, it can come. Oh yeah, you can adapt to this as well. It's not. So here's the thing. You can adapt to this as well, being here, but you tend to recognize it, but you kind of see it through just to kind of see if maybe you could be wrong. Because sometimes reading a situation may not be as plain context. And if it's wrong, then yeah, you cut your ties and you go. But then when things are blatant and just no, people still do it. Like you can literally see him slap somebody and say, "Oh, that didn't happen. She probably deserved it, or she probably did something." Not thinking that no, he's abusive and you should run away. They're like, oh no, she probably did something. They're easy to blame the woman for why a man would do that. Like it's a lot of that here. So even though the aunt is telling her, hey, I had a man who cheated. Hey, I had a man who had all this shit and I did not know about it. I have to cut loose ties. And I think the aunt said she's married that man for 20 years. So can you imagine like knowing all this shit and going on? And that's what they do out here. They stay with men longer
Aunt
than they're
also
supposed to.
said, I think the most important thing she said is the island is small, which it is, and only so
Yes.
much of it is actually populated and built out for people and cities and things like that. So that's a good point that he's making. The aunt was married for quite some time. That man was cheating. The island is small, so that means people knew they decided to keep it from her or whatever the hell. But
Yeah.
Aviva is ditzy. I'm
Very.
sure that this will be interesting watching her. I was like,
Oh, I
oh,
can't
she.
wait. I'm excited. As soon as I saw her, I was like, "Oh, I'm excited because y'all gonna finally see what I am talking about."
Love after lockup. We will be recapping. James is going to be adding to my recaps and co-hosting with me for the first time for our love after lockup, life after lockup, love during lockup recap. And James will learn how many people come from Arizona on that show,
Oh,
which
I
is
can
crazy.
imagine. Yeah, I can
So many
imagine.
every season,
Mm.
every single season. It's always Phoenix or Scottsdale every season.
Mhm.
Um, the last couple we going to discuss is Emma, her wig, and Ziad. She made it to Morocco. She is throwing a bitch fit because he's respecting his religion. Morocco's a Muslim country. In Islam, especially in the country of Morocco, you can date a woman, but you can't really do too much in public in terms of PDA. If you do, you better be able to prove that you're married, basically. So he's trying to follow not just his religion, but the laws of his country. Look, Rose said train wreck. I couldn't wait. Uh, Rose City is correct. These people are a fucking train wreck. I'd be trying
They
to
are.
behave, but I knew that they would be a train wreck based on her wig. I've also seen this lady on reality television before. She's always a train wreck. It seems like her family knows she's a train wreck. I don't have any hope for her. I think she's someone that is chasing an idea, not the actual real thing that is a relationship or love. She's hot mess express, y'all. I can't say it enough. How the wig? I don't know. It's like, how are you so into your appearance and so shallow and materialistic, but you gave that wig a pass? I I don't understand it. It's truly baffling. Even my cat be looking at the screen like, the fuck is going on here? The cat. And she is obsessed with herself. And that's why she's not going to have a successful relationship. Especially with the Muslim man.
I was gonna say, like, you couldn't have gotten any other guy of a different demographic. You had to go for this one
And
because
then
she
look
would
at the
do.
shit she's wearing in Morocco. How dare you chase men of a certain culture and not acknowledge it? You look like you ready to go to Dreas at the after party in Vegas, and you're in
She needs to.
Morocco.
She needs to stick with Americans, baby. Americans is what you need to be with. You do not need to go to
The
these
way
people.
she presents herself and living in LA, let me cover y'all about California. If you present yourself like a ditzy airhead or like you just materialistic and focused on looks, these niggas is gonna treat you that way. I
Mhm.
promise you that about California. So she probably figured that out. She seems shallow. I don't think she has much to talk about in
Well, then
general.
she. Well, then she needs to go to Orange County because at the end of the day, it is
Jason,
very
Grandpa's James,
well. Hell,
all this
shit.
outfit.
I mean, I'd rather her do that than to disrespect the whole fucking country wearing with her titties out and everything and acting like it's all about her.
I think the wig is more disrespectful than the outfits, but that's a personal opinion.
I mean, here's the
It's
thing.
like Karen Huger's wig in early seasons of RHOP, but we gonna do like Missy Elliott, put that thing down, flip it and reverse it, because Karen Huger's wig could not stay on her head and was pulled back too much. Emma's wig is way too close to her eyebrows. It needs to be pulled back. But it's essentially the same thing. She has to figure it out. She has to. She just does. Let's actually discuss what happened with her.
Right.
She's mad. He don't want to kiss her. He was still a gentleman, put her stuff in the car. She got upset right into the hotel because she was like, "Are you still gonna stay at the hotel with me?" He was like, "Yeah, but not in the same room." And she got mad at that because he previously agreed to be in the same room with her. He's letting her know like it's because of his religion, but she's pretty much just like, "Well, you told me you do this before and now you're not," which he was wrong. Don't make a promise you can't keep. Your word is bond, especially as a man. So, that's his fault. But at some point, bitch, accept that he lied and now he wants to acknowledge his religion and the laws of the country and stop bitching at him. I'm sick of it. So they're arguing, and he says he had the housekeeper at a hotel plan a traditional Moroccan dinner. Moroccan food is everything, by the way. But to plan a traditional Moroccan dinner, she complains about the flies. I'm just like, girl, you just constantly complaining and shortchanging everything. I'm sick of her. Essentially, they end up talking, and then it comes up that they're not going to have sex on the trip because he's going to be in a separate room. And this upsets her again because she's like, I was sending you pictures and nudes. And it's like, girl, you said yourself earlier in the episode, and in episode 1, you sent him pictures and nudes. What did you get back? I have never sent a nude to a man and gotten nothing back.
I've never even sent a nude.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm somebody I can't explain myself. You have to experience me, and that also is something you're gonna have to experience with me.
A lot
So
of
no,
people feel that way and don't
yeah,
like to do camera videos, all of
no,
that. Me and Mr. Best, we nasty as hell. So he's gotten them and he's sending them right back. And I don't know how this happens and why it happens, but the marriage is thriving. So
interesting.
we'll leave it there. But I ain't never sent one and got nothing back. So it's like, girl, if you've been sending stuff and he ain't never sent you nothing back, not even a little flex photo, with that situation, it's like, what did you expect? You know of this religion. You've dated a Moroccan man before, which you still ain't told him. So you understand how this shit go. You understand the game. You just choosing to ignore it, Emma. And I'm sick of it. So Emma then says that she is spiraling because a few weeks ago she saw on Ziad's social media that he was talking that he follows hella women of the opposite sex, right? Which I do agree with her. That's a red flag. Now, mind you, we have to remember in episode 1, she told us, well, her sister told us that Emma went with her last Moroccan boo on his social media and went through all of his followers, messaged every woman on there, and found out he was dating half of them. So she said, let me put a repeat, and did the same thing with Ziad and saw that one of the women he was following, he was romantically talking to. So she says that's why she's spiraling. And she thinks that him not wanting to have sex or be affectionate isn't because of his religion or that he's concerned about laws, but she thinks that he doesn't want to cheat on the actual woman he's with if he has someone else. Why waste your time and argue about nefarious shit? Why not just be a woman and communicate that this is what you have a concern about? Am I wrong? I
No,
mean, I haven't dated in many years, and I'm 33. I'm not far away from this young lady's age. Talk to him. You should have your big girl panties at 27.
once again, she's doing things on a very diluted scale. Because yes, there should be some inference of making sure that it's only you and I, me and you and I. That's it. So if you have anybody, you might want to tell them the adios, or you can lose me altogether.
Thank you.
Like
Thank you.
that's how that works. I'm very y'all have to, and the thing about a lot of you young ladies out in the world, not just in other countries, but here too, y'all don't make those intentions very clear. Or y'all don't say from the beginning, hey, I don't know what you did before me, but if we make this relationship serious, it is only a two-way street. That means it's me and you.
That
There
should
is
always
nobody
be
else.
said when
It
you're
it never
into it.
is.
And that's the, a lot of people don't, and I agree with that because almost all my single friends are not like single, but I guess people who are interested in dating, almost all of them have conversations too late or they realize stuff later. And I get it because most people like lead with love and their feelings and stuff. But once we get to a certain age, we gotta have
Yeah,
those
we have to have some
conversations.
understanding. Yeah, we need to have some understanding here because I do agree with that. When you get to a certain age, you don't really think you think this person has common sense and it's only going to be you. But as we get older and this generation is coming up where they're a little bit more nasty than we were, I think that there has to be some ordinance of understanding. Hey, it's only me or there's no relationship. You can
Yeah.
go out there and do what you want to do. That's fine with me, but I'm not going to be attached to it. I'm not
But
going to
also
volunteer.
depending on what kind of Islam Ziyad practices, it may be her and other people, and it
It
could
may
be.
be, and that's the thing. That's why I said this ordinance of people may not be for her, and I don't see what she's not seeing. I get they're cute. I
It's
understand
called
that.
insane. What do they say the definition of insanity is, James? Because I know you know it.
Yes, I do, but I'm not going to.
It's expecting the same to have different results while doing the exact same shit and
Same
changing
thing. Yeah, I
nothing. And
know.
what has Emma and her Eddie Munster wig done?
Yeah.
She has done the exact same thing with a man of the same culture, the same faith, in the same country, and is expecting a different result, all while keeping a secret from him. And you
Mm.
seen him try when he was carrying those bags. He said, "Come, go." He was trying to get her to submit. She's not gonna submit, bruh. She not. But you know what? I want Ziad to be more honest. He's wrong. And I want Emma to be less shallow and to acknowledge his culture, because he shouldn't have to explain stuff to you. You should have been, if I'm dating a man in another country, like for instance, when me and James go to Dubai, because a family friend just went to Dubai and it's actually something that's within range and affordable.
Oh, yeah.
And this is a family friend on Josiah's side of the family. And Josiah came to me. He's like, we have to bring James if we go, though. I was like, look at that. You've been listening, sir. So he advocated for you. When we go, I for sure am going to put on the abaya and hijab to be respectful of the culture, even though I don't have to. That's just what you should do. So if your man is Muslim, maybe put the shit on. Emma, do something.
I'm going to dress in similar attire, but it's not going to be quite that. I totally understand what you're saying. And like, for me, I feel that that is so disrespectful of you. But then also, as Mrs. Best said, you can't do the same shit and get a different result. Like, it's the same man, same kind of country. Literally, their names are just different. That's all it is. Their names are just different. That's all. So yeah. Now, here's the thing. I'm scared to go to Dubai for lots of different reasons, but I'm going. That's all I'm gonna say.
With me and my spousal, I think you'll be fine. If anybody,
I know I'll be fine.
I'll be like, this is my brother. Leave him alone. We're looking for his wife. I know where I'm at. I know where I'm at. Okay? And we gonna be prepared. And we gonna rehearse it before we go. Okay? Whatever I gotta do, I got your back, James. And he knows it. I don't give a fuck.
You just go ahead to
my sister-in-law. I don't see her.
Lord Jesus. Help us. Jesus be a fence, because Lord Jesus. That's like me being a snake in a room full of mice.
Josiah sleep a lot. I'm the best person to go with. If you out with me, I'm gonna be like, that's my man.
Get off this camera.
If Josiah ain't with me, I'll be like, that's my man. Yep. How long y'all been together? It's been 24 years. 7, 8, 9.
No, but real talk, we going to that swap meet though that Lisa Milan and her mama went to. Yeah, we going there for sure. I want all my spices.
And good thing about growing up in African culture, I know how to haggle. Josiah learned that shit in Mexico. He said, "Oh, you aggressive? I got the price of everything down. Don't play with
I know. Yeah, don't play with us. We live here. Like she said, I live here. I know what you're doing. Yes, that's me. I live here.
Lord, I'm dying. But y'all, love and light to everybody. I hope everybody's having a good holiday season. To anybody who's alone, I hope that me and James are offering y'all some comfort. It's almost over. Also, y'all, the holidays is almost over. We're going to head over to James's channel. We have 2 lives. We have Housewives of Potomac. We also have Married to Medicine. Also, please pay attention to the schedules. If Bravo, OWN, or any network that me or James recaps a show for announces that a show won't air because of the holiday, that means we will not be on live. We both have big ass families and are kind of called to acknowledge them. So
yes, unfortunately, yes, we have to, but that's okay, y'all. We still love you.
We do. But let's head over to James's channel. I appreciate everybody for being here. Love and light, and I'll see y'all next time. Merry Christmas.